it's Lisa here from Arcaneandstellar. Welcome to my channel. So happy to see you today, and we are doing a totally new topic that came to me, and I was just like, I really want to do this topic, and I've been itching to do it since like last week, but I just haven't had the time. But we're going to be doing your next blessing and your next challenge. Of course, these events will not collide or anything like that. These are just things to look out for on the horizon. But I think challenges can be really interesting to look at because we can also get advice for such challenges, and everyone has challenge arise in their life, but we can like sort of use this information and be prepared for it. So, and also, looking at the bright side too. So we get the dark and the light perhaps, or the, the challenge and the good and the blessing and the bad, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I want to say thank you for being here. Hopefully you are able to find a message here for yourself, and like, subscribe, comment if you want. There's also super thanks now active on my channel. So I got approved, I don't know, chosen, allowed or whatever to put super thanks on all my videos. So if you want to tip the video, you are welcome to do so. That's always an option. It's up there at the top somewhere. But we have 6 groups to choose from. So we have group number 1 with watermelon, group number 2 with lettuce, group number 3 with marjoram, group number 4 with chili, group number 5 with geranium, and group number 6 with cucumber. So meditate on these images and see where you're really feeling drawn. You might find that you're drawn to more than one group, and that's totally valid and fine. This is an intuitive based practice, so finding your pile is part of your, it's going to work a lot of your intuition. It's a good practice to exercise your intuition. So if you do get into a reading and you find out, this does not resonate, well, maybe it will, or it could mean that you should go back to the beginning and maybe retrek, you know what I mean? Maybe make sure you weren't influenced by an image or something like that, but otherwise, thank you so much for being here. And like I said, I appreciate each and every one of you. For those of you that donated to Umka's surgery, I really have so much love for each and every one of you. Those that sent thoughts and prayers, even if you couldn't donate, that was, totally well appreciated. He's okay. He had surgery yesterday, and I'm going to be updating the GoFundMe and stuff like that. And actually, probably, I might leave it on just for a little bit longer in case anyone wants to donate, because I did go a little bit over. I do have a little bit of a line there still that I need to pay off, but I actually got a second opinion, and it was a much better second opinion, and he got him in faster for way less than what I was being asked for before. Like I said, I'm just a little barely underneath what I needed, so like I said, I'll keep it up if anyone wants to donate, but otherwise, like, really, thank you guys. I'll show you a picture of him from last night. He was not feeling well at all. Yesterday was nerve-wracking for me. He came home, he was feeling like poo-poo, and but this morning, he's much better. They took out the tumor. The vet does not think that he needs to have actually any more. Where did the other picture go? Oh, there we go. I had better pictures, but like this one's to him this morning, and he's been jumping on me and feeling good. Wow. I'm so incredibly happy that we were able to fix that. Like I said, thank you so much for your help. And yeah, we were able also to get some, he's an elderly dog, so he's got teeth issues and stuff like that, and the vet was even able to kind of like under that price point, like take out some teeth as well while he was under, and get him all shaped up, and he really feels like the rest of his life should be pretty peaceful. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, because he means so much to me, and I was just panicked. I'm like, no, I can't lose anymore. Like, it seems like I've had so much loss over the past few years. I had like a miscarriage. I had my uncle die, my grandpa die, my sister die, my cousin die. I've had a lot of loss, and I'm like, I cannot lose my dog. He's my buddy, man. I've already had it, and that's all in the past 3 years, guys. I've had it. I've had it up to here. I was like, I'm about ready to freak out. And so anyway, I really do appreciate so many of you coming through and donating and saving his life. Honestly, it was a lifesaver for him, and much better quality of life he'll have now. The tumor's gone. He didn't even think that we should biopsy it. He doesn't think it's cancerous. He said that the type of tumor that he had, he was able to fully remove it according to what he could see, and he doesn't feel like it's a very cancerous. It's unlikely to be cancerous. So yeah, it's awesome. I'm so pleased and thankful for every one of you, and I hope that this reading, helps you guys, and just like you guys all help me in my time of need. Like, so many of you have been there for me in my roughest moments, especially with Omka, with my sister passing especially. Like, it just, you guys have been there, so many of you, at least that are watching, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I wish I could name you all, but especially those that I know are always there. There's quite a few of you, and I just, God, I got lucky in life for this. Like, I really do feel lucky and blessed. But anyway, I'm shutting up now. No more rambling. And if you're still listening, lots of love to you. And I have so many emails to catch up on and so many thank yous. And oh, goodness, I'll be getting on it. But let's get started on the reading. And let's go. Hey guys, so if you chose group number 1 here with this watermelon card, number 29, Leo. These signs don't, this sign doesn't have to be important to you in your chart. It could be, but I wouldn't push on it, okay? But we have the fertility card with watermelon. So this is, I love this deck. This is the Green Witch Oracle, I think. And I think it's a lovely deck because it does talk about blessings and challenges in it. And of course, we'll get other messages and stuff like that as we go on. But the watermelon card speaks to the nurture of elements around you, and that you are very in an elemental place in your life where, so working with the elements might actually be quite vital to your journey right now. This might be about balancing your chakras or balancing the energy around you in your space, kind of like maybe feng shui or something like that as well. So that might be something that would help. Now, the wisdom of nature is at the forefront, and answers, discoveries, and inspiration will be found there for you. Plan well, stick with things, and look after those around you. Challenges may be a failure to connect with others and inauthenticity. Interesting. Well, inauthenticity doesn't always have to mean that we're inauthentic. A lot of us are, especially those of us that are a bit shyer, a bit more introverted, we can be a little bit more prone to be secretive about what's going on inside of us. We might find it hard to ask for help when we need it, or say what we really want. So watch out for that. You know what I mean, in terms of being inauthentic to yourself. This is also making choices that go against your best interest or what you really want deep down. So just something to think about as we kind of get into this reading. But fertility makes me think of abundance and possibilities and things just coming through, new beginnings. So let's see what kind of blessing is coming for group number 1. Wow. Let's get one more card. What blessing is coming through for this group? Wow. Okay, I love it. So we have the star, the rainbow, and the staff. So the star says guaranteed success. We have rainbow, the most difficult part of a situation is over, and staff, you'll be taken care of in difficult times. Well, this is wonderful. It seems like if you are having a difficult time right now, there is that rainbow showing up that tells you that it won't last forever. Eventually, the difficult part's going to be over, and you'll be taken care of in difficult times. So this may be coming via another person or via like a spirit guide, where there's guidance for you and help in a certain situation. So this could mean that if you are having a difficult situation, the right person, a weird noise, the right person comes along and is able to help you. We've got Uranus. Innovative thoughts and feelings as well. Bouts of inspiration that suddenly strike could be really on the forefront here. Oh, we've got Taurus as well. So I could see Uranus and Taurus. That's a very interesting energy. Actually, that's a transit that we're having right now. So for some of you, you might be having Uranus doing something in Taurus to your other planets. Like myself, I actually have Uranus squaring my ascendant and Jupiter right now on my descendant. So I've got that sort of electric Uranus energy. Now, this could mean sudden changes in your finances as well, because Taurus, is ruled by Venus, our money and stuff like that. So I'd like to say that there could be innovative ideas in terms of money, in terms of your finances, or general stability. Of course, Taurus can rule as well. Let's see, the voice as well. So speaking up, the throat as well too. I do feel like that there is a need to kind of be one who speaks up in these situations. So that might be something that's needed. Wow. Okay. There can be innovative ideas around Taurian ideas, like Venusian ideas, food, money, like I said already. But I could definitely see some really good ideas coming your way, and also good things, like a good surprise. I think I don't have such a negative opinion of Uranus in transit. I've had a lot of great things come from Uranus transits. Natally, I guess I have good Uranus aspects. I have, like, trines and stuff like that, but I've always found Uranus to be kind of like a fun transit. I was actually just discussing that with someone. But yeah, interesting. Security, I think, as well, because Uranus is like a little bit, not insecure, but it doesn't really represent the most like stable security. It's kind of like a little bit unstable. But Taurus is like very secure, like kind of like a fixed sign. And so I would like to say that things could calm down if they've been feeling erratic, like whatever's been feeling erratic out of your hands, you can't control it, because that can be very Uranian, where you just don't feel like you can control anything. You're like, what is this? Is all out of my hands. I can't even understand what's going on. Things are up and down or all over the place, that sort of thing. I would say that stability is coming in. I feel like for a lot of you, it probably has something to do with like Taurian things, like I said, like money, finances, and things like that. We could also see like a beauty routine as an example, working, like if you've been struggling with like a skin problem or something related to like your beauty in some way. Of course, this could also be stabilized. Okay, so that might be a blessing. Maybe you find the right product that helps you, for some of you. Okay, so that's the type of thing I'm seeing. You'll be taken care of in difficult times, though. It seems like I really do get the vibe that someone's coming through, like like some sort of helper. Anything more about this blessing? The sun brings clarity, light, and understanding. I think you're going to start to see a return of wow, yeah. I think there might be some financial help coming in for some of you, or like a little boost as well. That might be a blessing. You might see some sort of return financially as well. Maybe an investment comes back to you, or you start to see some sort of reward there. But generally, I want to say that you have a really high perspective of everything. Look at that. We have the sun shining on everything, kind of letting everything be seen. And then we have that Three of Wands. He's standing at the top, overlooking everything. So I definitely see higher perspective here. I almost want to say that some of you see some sort of future trend or able to tap into that, especially with the Uranus Taurus thing. I feel like some of you are actually, one of your blessings is that you're going to be given a very inventive sort of future, maybe not futuristic, but like sort of like really high perspective idea. That's like sort of something that would be good for the collective in some way. So, yeah, wow. And I do think that there's a way that you could be like quite visible as well to other people. So that might be getting some sort of recognition, if that's the kind of success you're really craving in life. Okay, so we've got that. I'm going to put these cards back and let's talk about a challenge and see what shows up here. So for group number 1, what's the next challenge that they're going to face? Maybe some of you just want to hear the blessing, so that's why I wanted to do the challenge second. Because sometimes, especially if you're a really anxious person, of course, this could be a kind of like a bad part to watch, you know what I mean? Just in case you don't want to feed yourself in anxiety, you know what I mean? If you're the type of person that knows that you can proactively, fight challenges and face them head on, then, probably you could stick around. Okay, so what challenge is coming up for group number 1? Okay, challenge. Interesting. So I feel like for a good portion of you, you are going to have a reconciliation that will not last. So watch out for, friends or people. And it's funny because as I'm recording this, we're in the Mercury retrograde shadow period. If you want a Mercury retrograde report, I do have them up on my Etsy right now. I'll have them up until probably the retrograde starts, and then I'll take it down. But if you are wondering, like what your natal Mercury is like and all that stuff, that's up there. But this kind of feels like someone could be coming back, but actually they're not meant to be back in your life. So I would say one thing is about watching out for being too forgiving. Cooperation is good, okay? But make sure you're cooperating with the right people, okay? The other thing, let me see a little bit more. Can you tell me a little bit more about this next challenge that group number 1 will face? Oh, we've got the King of Cups. Next challenge. Okay, so we've got strong masculine energy coming through. We have the King of Cups, the Tower, and the King of Wands. Yeah, something is temporary. I want to say something here, and if something's been a little bit erratic, try not to get too comfortable in a certain situation. If it seems to be getting better, it's almost like a temporary getting better. Like, don't let go of your guard. Okay, say for instance you've had financial problems. Okay, here's a real world example. If you've had financial problems and it's been bugging you, and suddenly you get many, like, you know, sales, or you get a lot of money coming in, or you seem to be doing well, try to handle it carefully, because I feel like whatever it is could be, there still could be some sort of instability to it. So like, don't let it you know, go out of control. I don't feel like it's financial for the majority of you, actually. I'm just trying to give a real world example. If things at work, like for instance, were really not that great, in fact, actually, the old challenges could pop back up again. Like, you know, like sometimes you'll be like, I'm gonna quit this job, but then suddenly everyone's kind of nice and things kind of quiet down, and you're like, well, maybe I shouldn't. Things are kind of better now. Yeah, I feel like whatever that is gonna come back. So I have a good feeling this has to do with other people, actually. So that's why I don't think it's financial for most of you. I would say like 99% of you, it's not going to be a financial issue. So take heart if you were worried about that. I feel like it has a lot more to do with other people. Watch out for temporary reconciliations. Don't trust anyone that's hurt you recently coming back. I would say keep your guard up on that, because it feels quite unstable. So I feel like it's like a temporary reconciliation. And with the protected from negative forces beyond your control, again, I think everything will work out in the best way possible for you, because you are protected from above. And so, you know what I mean. And some of you may not even want to reconcile with this person that comes back around, but it might be like, oh yeah, I'm not going to deal with this. But there's definitely, I feel like, telling you to be kind of guarded on that. So again, it doesn't matter. They don't have to fit the King of Cups or King of Wands. This is a general reading, so I don't want to like force like this sort of age group or gender or whatever on the situation, because that's just not fair. But like, I'd say probably expect someone in the near future. Probably, I'd say within the next month, to be honest. Probably over this Mercury retrograde period, especially if you're watching this. It's timeless, so if you're watching it later, that's fine. Don't worry about it. But I would say probably within the next month or so. So yeah, watch out for that, because that could be a little bit of a challenge. You don't want to get emotionally invested in something that's erratic, or you know what I mean. So it's like that type of friend, like if they come back and it's like, man, they've already screwed you over so many times, but they seem so nice now. Especially if you are a very giving, like kind person, you can be like kind of walked on, you know, that sort of thing. Watch out for that kind of stuff, because you may get that again with the person or a situation in general. So like I said, for some of you it could be at work or something like that. For others of you it might be more personal relationships and stuff, friendships, you know, maybe romantic. For some of you it's really not. It's going to be different for everyone, but I wish you all the very, very best. I hope that this reading was helpful and interesting to you, and I hope to see you again. Again, thank you all so much to those that have donated to Umka's GoFundMe, and I really appreciate it. If you didn't get to hear the intro about his update, you know, you're welcome to go back to there and listen to it. But if you want this bracelet, it's going to be on it. It's on Etsy right now. I just put it on to kind of show it off, because I actually kind of want to keep it, but it's still on there. We'll see if anyone buys it. If no one does, I might keep it. I just really like gray. It's such a pretty color. Anyway, I hope that you all are well, and I will shut up now and get going. See you all in the next reading, okay? Take care. Hello, my friends. So you've chosen group number 2 here with the lettuce. This is your reading. So you've chosen lettuce. It has the Cancer symbolism on it, and it also has number 3. So it doesn't have to mean that you're a Cancer or anything like that. It doesn't have to mean those mean anything, but maybe for some of you it might. We have fulfillment in many areas of your life can be found by working a little more in your current relationships. Overcoming challenges is indicated, and new material gain and recovery are also shown. Lettuce helps us to get better physically and emotionally. It asks that you watch the way that you're caring for yourself and to be careful about what it is you're focused on. Are your desires really serving your truth? Interesting. So this is sort of an overall message. And this may be pointing, I like this deck because it really does show the benefits and also the negatives, you know what I mean? So it kind of has that dual, you know, parts of life, and that's what we're going to be doing in this reading. So it's a perfect, I think, oracle deck just to kind of start off with. We could see you overcoming challenges, having new material gain and recovery. Okay, so those are the things. But also, the challenges could be like, watch out what it is you're focused on. Are your desires really serving what you need? So again, this could be like entertaining anxious thoughts or allowing certain situations to control your mind or dominate it. You know what I mean? Make sure that your thoughts are, you know, aiming towards healthier thoughts. You know, we're not perfect. We can't control everything. Of course, I have horrible anxiety myself. So yeah, I know how it's not possible always to, you know, force our thoughts to be positive. It's toxic positivity is not a good thing. But you know what I mean? Are your desires in line? What you're focusing on in line with what you want? Because we tend to multiply that in our own beliefs and attitudes towards the world, you know what I mean? So if you're like really anxious about people not liking you, as an example, you know, we're gonna find that we're more prone to believe that people don't like us, and you know what I mean? It's sort of like a cycle. But anyway, what's the next blessing coming for group number 2? Those that chose the lettuce group. What is their next blessing? What is... I'm going to take from this pile. I have one on the floor. I'll get it in a minute. What is their next blessing? Okay. Wow. Okay, we've got... Okay, we've got danger, especially in money matters. We have the man card, a dealing or relationship with a man. We also have guaranteed success and heartache over what you no longer have. Ooh, okay, so that's interesting because of the financial gain aspect that came through with lettuce, that you could have a material gain. So some of you may be getting something replaced in your life. So if something broke or you don't have it, or you weren't able to get it, you may be able to get something that you've been wanting. Yeah, let me see a little bit more. Obviously finances are coming up. Danger, especially in money matters. Well, the blessing coming through is that there's some sort of help, okay? We have man here, so some of you might be receiving some sort of financial help from a man, actually. Could be a father or, you know, like a client or a boss or something like that. Let's see. What blessing is coming through? Anything that you can elaborate on this? Oops. We've got Mercury and Mars. So here we have action-oriented thoughts. Are one thing that I'm seeing. I could see communication with a masculine energy for sure in relation to your problems. I think that will be somehow impactful in terms of the blessing. This could be advice coming from somebody possibly, or some sort of help coming through, some sort of communication regarding help with a difficult problem. Mars is a malefic. It can be kind of difficult, you know, and sometimes there's a little bit of an affliction, but with Mercury, I would think that the education or the lessons could be learned or integrated. Again, there could be some sort of communication in regards to some sort of desire. Mars is very linked to some of our desires and how we act upon our desires. So there also could be a little bit more communication being made in terms of your desires as well, okay? Especially if you're not always like that type of person. Let me see here. What else could I say? For some of you, I want to say, and I know this is kind of like specific and weird, but I do want to say that for some of you, while you're on a walk, you will have some sort of blessing come through. And I feel like for many of you, it could be meeting a man on a walk, and I'm not saying it's like some sort of romantic person. It could be somebody who does something kind for you. Maybe for some of you, the next blessing actually could be that you have someone pay it forward to you, actually. but we have some sort of solutions, I think, coming through in terms of some sort of affliction or difficulty, especially with money or like a material problem. Like, again, maybe you don't have something. You know, it's like I moved and I don't even have a sofa yet, right? And it's like, oh man, I've had all these problems. I can't even get a sofa right now. But, you know what I mean? It'd be like that being solved, or somehow I fix that problem. You know what I mean? Like, if you have anything like that, you know, where maybe you don't have something, but you might be able to get that thing as well. So it could be just materially like something comes through for you. And it could be monetary, like I said, in terms of like money, currency, you know, but it could also be like through an item, okay? Is what I'm feeling. This also really brings you forward out of an energy of lack, is what I feel. Like somehow you're lacking something. So again, it might be an item. It may not be, maybe your finances are fine, but you don't have like that old memory. You know, maybe it's something that you lost when you were a kid and you find it again, or something along those lines. So that's the next blessing coming through. Again, I really feel like it has a lot to do with something material, something that maybe felt lost or, you know, impossible or difficult, or you couldn't recover it, or something like that. Again, if you're just having general like money matter problems, you know, like your finances haven't been too hot, I definitely see some sort of improvement coming through. Okay, there. And like I said, for some of you, it's going to be a little bit more along the lines of the item coming through. Okay, so let's see. We'll keep that out. Okay, challenge. What's your next challenge? Now, if you do find yourself to be very anxious prone and you might listen to this challenge and really overthink it, you can go now if you want to. I won't be mad if you don't want to watch this portion. That's why I'm doing the blessing first and the challenge second, so people can have the chance to exit out if they really just don't want to hear it. I get like that sometimes where I'm really anxious and I just don't need to hear a bad message because it's just going to, inflame my anxiety. I don't want to do that to anybody, okay? I feel like with challenges, when they pop up, you know, when I'm doing 6-month readings, I often tell this to people, but it's like, you know what? We have challenges all the time. Whether it's we miss a parking spot or we're late for something or whatnot, you know what I mean? There's so many different little challenges. But we can really rise against our challenges, and we can try, when we see the energy, just like in the sky, when we see a difficult energy in the sky, we can try to navigate that, right? Just like navigating a stormy sea. So sometimes it's good to look at challenges, especially if you can get in that mind frame of like, I can avoid this, or I can kind of like steer my ship around these difficult waters. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it depends on how you want to approach it. If you, like I said, you're welcome to like leave at this time if you want, and I wouldn't be. Take care of yourself first, okay? So, okay, group number 2. What kind of challenge is coming in for them that they should be aware of? What kind of challenge? Okay, I already know what this is. Distractions coming through. Now, this could be, we have a Mercury retrograde coming up, and of course this is timeless, okay? So if you're watching this later on in any time frame, it doesn't matter, that this may not apply, but for some of you that are going to be watching this right as it's posted, we're in the shadow period already, a Mercury retrograde in Gemini to Taurus. So, and I do have reports up on my Etsy if you want to get one. I'll keep them up until probably the 10th of May or so when it starts, and then I'll probably take them down. But if you are kind of curious about your natal Mercury, and maybe how to work best with the retrograde energy, that's available for purchase up there. But I feel like this could be like a little bit of distraction coming up here. So a challenge could be that you are distracted. So it may be that this Mercury retrograde is a little bit difficult for you. Especially if like you have mutable energy, also fixed energy could be a little bit more challenged too, especially the early degrees of the mutable signs, Sagittarius, Pisces, Gemini, and Virgo. Virgo. And then for the fixed signs, it'd be like late degrees, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, or Aquarius, okay? So you guys are going to probably feel it the most, just saying. But this particular one. But yeah, there could be a little bit more of distraction. What's interesting is that Lettuce card talked about making sure that your thoughts align with your desires. So one challenge might be, your success might be under challenge a little bit because your actions might not be reflecting what you're actually wanting. You may be getting distracted on the you know, the rung of the ladder and kind of looking in a different direction instead of going up. So it feels like to me one of your challenges, and I feel like this is something that can be overcome. It could be that you're distracted. Now, for others of you, we have beware of great pride, and that might be something here. You might have a situation where you're feeling very proud in the future, and it might be a challenge for you to get past this because it might be something that hurts your pride. Okay. As well. So there might be a situation that's coming up that will make you feel a little bit hurt in the pride area. Maybe you're wrong about something, or I'll try to see a little bit about that, okay? What's up with the pride? Sorry, I have my chair squeaking. I don't know if it's going to show up on there. I'm on a different chair. Oh, we have the chariot and the devil. Oh, okay. Okay, one challenge I feel that you guys need to be aware of is that you may be prone to allowing yourself prideful thoughts that can kind of dictate you not making some sort of move forward, okay? So this is almost like somebody who could be challenged by some sort of negative thoughts about themselves or negative self-beliefs and isn't doing something. That's what I feel. This doesn't feel like an outside challenge. This feels like an inner challenge, okay? So I feel like some of you are battling some sort of insecurity in yourself. Maybe you're ashamed or shy. You'd be ashamed to fail at something, so you're not trying. It's like those type of vibes, you know what I'm saying? Like you kind of get held back from moving forward some way, and this is like detrimental. I think it's also somehow self-imposed. So it's sort of like you're putting something off that you should be doing, and that's the challenge that you need to rise above. That's what I feel like. So this doesn't feel like the outside challenge, you know, like, oh shit, your finances are going to go whoop, you know what I mean? Or someone's going to betray you, whoop. It's more like you're maybe betraying yourself in some way. Okay, so advice here for group number 2 in regards to this challenge. The Moon, the Empress, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, for some of you, this could be seeking a stable woman. I don't know, maybe there's a woman to ask for advice, maybe somebody who's well experienced and knowledgeable and successful in some way. We also have working on one's inner self and inner beliefs, perhaps knowing that you have all that it takes in every situation, and just feeding that self-confidence. I also feel like really putting some sort of effort into the growth of your dreams, not just letting, like, don't let your dreams just be dreams. My daughter used to say that all the time. Don't let your dreams just be dreams. And that's what it reminds me of a little bit. Work towards those higher goals, one step at a time. Don't allow yourself to fall into fantasy or illusion or not getting it done. Do it, is what I feel. It's all about getting the action out there instead of just thinking about it or dreaming about it quietly inside of yourself or something like that. But that's what I would say. The Empress and the Ten of Pentacles, of course, could show, like I said, the approach, like approaching a woman. It could be like a coach or like a therapist or something like that if it's really getting to you. So it might be that there's a particular woman that can help you with this. Like, you know, if I were going to give myself this advice, I'd probably say to go to my therapist, because I go to therapy and I probably bring it up to her. So that could be something there. If you are in therapy, this might be something to bring up with the therapist. But or otherwise, like I said, maybe a coach or a friend that you trust, or somebody that's maybe successful in the area that you're looking for, or something like that too. Someone who gives good advice as well. This could also be about having an uplifting woman in your life, or seeking that sort of attention from an uplifting woman as well. Okay, so that is what I'm seeing for those of you that chose group number 2. I really hope this reading was insightful and helpful. If you want to give me a super thanks, that's on now, so you can give me a tip for the video if you'd like. You don't have to. I just thought that's fun. It's new. They just let me. I got a message that said that it was on, so I could turn it on, so I did. Anyway, that was nice. But I thank you all so much for your support, your love, your kindness. I appreciate likes, comments. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought. And I'm just sending you all off with some blessings and good vibes. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Hello, my friends. So you've chosen group number 3. this is your reading. So we've got happiness with marjoram. And let's see. This is an overall message, of course. I really like this Green Witch Oracle deck because it does show positives and negatives. So I think it's a really appropriate deck for such a reading that we're doing. But let's see what it says. We'll start. I'm just going to read the description of this card, and then we're going to pull some other cards and see some more details. So, new successes, relationships, and even beginnings are indicated. Can you do something differently to move an outcome more in line with your desires? Marjoram indicates celebrations, excitement, holidays, good news, and physical radiance. Freedom that was once out of reach may now be obtainable. Be careful of overindulgence and overspending and being too free with information that may be better kept quiet for now. Ooh, okay, so little heads up on the challenge. Maybe it's sometimes when we're feeling really happy, I feel like one message why we should sometimes be careful on how we indulge information is that sometimes we feel so happy and like excited about something, and then we tell the wrong person, and then they kind of bring our spirit down. So I think for some of you, I do feel that message quite strongly, because watch out for being challenged from other people's reaction or lack of reaction. Okay, so but we'll see. Let's go with the blessing first. I'm going to do the challenge second so that you guys have the time to exit out if you're not into hearing challenges. I do not want to trigger anyone's anxiety. So if you are the type to get really anxious, I'll warn you when I start to get to the challenge part, and you can always click out. Okay, because I don't want to cause any panic attacks in anyone or any anxiety. Okay, spirit guides, group number 3, so the marjoram group. Okay, what is their next blessing? So we've got needle and thread and eagle coming through. The next blessing for group number 3. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is weird. Okay, so we have wow. Okay, so we've got the broken wishbone in the needle and thread, but these cards are the opposites. A sincere wish will be granted, and a wish will not be granted. Well, that's odd because, we have the opposite. So I feel like for a lot of you, something that has not come true, like some sort of wish that you were having, is coming true, actually. So this feels like something that has been denied you or fell through is actually going to come through. So say you recently got rejected from a job. It could be that actually you're getting a new offer, or it may not be from the same place, but it might be that you had some specific wish. That thing that was rejected, that thing that did not work out, that's coming through. That's the blessing, okay? We also have triumph over troubles and obstacles. So again, we sort of have this, and it's so funny because it talks about freedom. I feel like for some of you too, it's like, I almost feel like one of my friends in this reading, I'm hoping she picks this group, but it could feel like the type of thing where it's like you get rejected from something, but actually that rejection is God's protection because you have a better thing coming that's going to be more freeing for you, or a better situation, or somehow you're freed from these shackles or these difficulties or this lack of progress on something. So that's what I'm really feeling. We have pleasure with a close friend as well, so there could be really good friendship coming through. Of course, that marjoram also speaks to relationships developing and stuff, so there could be a new friend coming in, or a really good time with a friend as well. So I could totally see positive things in that direction. Just having a good time with somebody as well. Spirit guides, tell me more about the blessing for this group, marjoram group. We've got Saturn and Leo. Okay, Saturn and Leo. So for some of you, if you do have a Saturn Sun transit coming up or something like that, that might be when you might see this. I feel like that for some of you. The other thing here is I could see that for some of you, this could be restrictions in your love life, or in how you're seen by other people as well. Leo is connected to the sun, which is sort of where we shine the brightest and who we want to be, a path we're walking on in many ways. So I could definitely see this being something that's very lucky, very blessed, very in line with what you want to be. Saturn feels like Man, so it might be that some of you have dealt with some sort of karmic lesson, possibly with Saturn. Uh, I feel like Saturn can represent like when things are not going very well, and oftentimes this is like, so I feel like if you have had some Saturn transits as well, for some of you, it might be that they're kind of lifting off and stuff like that as well. But yeah, this feels like freedom in some way, like or lightness, where there's been darkness. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling that. We could see improvement, like I said, in love. Saturn, of course, can represent long-term problems as well, something long-term. Saturn's all about longevity and time, and sometimes it requires a lot of hard work and effort, but it can often just feel like you're getting blocked with Saturn at times. But I could see you overcoming, like overshining the situation as well. Let me see if I can find out any more details. Spirit guides, where is the blessing coming through? And you might have done your due diligence, like you've worked hard, and now it's like everything's kind of starting to favor you. We have the Justice card. Fair decisions are being made. Wow, Temperance. Wow, I definitely, wow. There's 3 major Arcana cards. We have the Justice card, the Star, and the Temperance card. Well, this is definitely showing that things are balancing out emotionally, mentally. So there's a lot of hope that comes from this blessing, a lot more perspective. This could feel like the calm after a storm as well. So whatever area has been super stormy for you in your life, this is general. So for some of you, it's going to be a relationship. For some of you, it's going to be generally that feeling of lightness. For some of you, it might be with work or something else. But wherever it's been feeling really restrictive, I definitely see, really positive things coming through, like a more balanced perspective, and also fairness coming. This feels almost like you've been through some sort of karmic lesson, to be honest, or some sort of harsh period in some area of your life where things haven't been that great. But it's like you've learned the lesson and you've integrated it, and you're kind of going forth with a different perspective, different attitude. And I think that's going to serve you very well, actually, in this blessing. And I think as well, I do see that balance, and that I feel like somehow there's a friend blessing your life, or a person in particular, actually. And I get that from the dog close up, but also, like, if you think of Temperance, 2 cups, 2 scales, Justice. So I really do feel like this is the help, like, is coming from another person in some way for you guys. Okay. So yeah, maybe you'll have a good time with your friend or something like that, or friend brings some sort of happiness to your life, or a relationship. Maybe for some of you it could be a romantic relationship. I don't want to press on that because it's general, and I don't want to get like everyone worked up. There's my hair. Everyone worked up over over it. But anyway, that's what I'm seeing. So I definitely see like a lighter period coming toward you as well. I'm gonna pull one more from this one. Anything else about the blessing? Anything more specific? We have April. Anything more specific? Peace and harmony. We have pay attention to your finances. April, wind chimes. For some of you, and if you've been watching this, like when it comes out, this is timeless, okay? So again, take this message lightly if you're watching it later on. But for some of you, especially if your finances were a bit difficult in April, I think that there will be more peace and harmony in this coming month. But regardless, April for me, as I'm reading this, was last month. So if your previous last month financially felt kind of tight, or like you had a lot of expenses, I want to say that your next month or the next period should be better. Okay, so yeah, that's what we've got. Like a more peaceful, harmonious situation. You feel more at peace rather than having to like watch everything like maybe tightly. Okay, and okay, what about challenges to look out for? Okay, so we're gonna look at that. Like I told you in the beginning, if you are afraid of like getting yourself triggered by watching this part, please don't. Okay, I really don't want you to leave my reading feeling bad. So if you feel like you can handle it, I will say that often the challenges that we are meant to face next are often very light, and we can often, steer our ship in a way to confront these challenges head on and fix them in advance. It's sort of like when you see something fraying, you know what I mean? You can start to repair it right away before it rips, So, keep that in mind as we go through the challenges. But what is the next possible challenge that the Marjoram group will have to face? Hold on. We've got cards everywhere. Hold on. I'm going to pick these up. Too many of them. We'll get one more card from here. And okay. Next challenge. We have casket. Someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. Okay, so it feels like some of you are going through some sort of transition that could be challenging. But I want to tell you, actually, see the bright side here, the silver lining, that if someone is going out of your life, this is actually for the best. Okay, so if someone's leaving your life or disappearing, please try not to hang on so tightly. Know that this is something that is spiritually guided and meant for your purpose and your path, and it's all part of what's meant to happen, and try not to fight it. I know sometimes letting go can be hard. Again, it could also be with a situation. It doesn't have to be a person, okay? So don't start to fret and think, oh my goodness, but all my relationships are good. I don't want any of them to end. If that's the case, I would not say this reading is for you. Not this reading is for you, but isn't for you, but it's more like, it's probably more of a situational thing, because it could be a person or a situation, but this is like, don't fret, like it's going to be fine, and just let people go with peace out of your life rather than worrying about it. So if you have like someone who's not talking to you very much or isn't very responsive, and you're like, man, why haven't they been talking to me? Let them be. Maybe this person's slowly phasing out of your life as an example. Try not to take it personally. I feel like there's energy of things going away here to make room for new things. So if you feel like you're losing certain things, you're going to be gaining new things. So, but the challenge to losing something can feel quite frightening, right? Because we don't want to lose the things that we have, or it's kind of scary. So it's like a transition time is what I feel like for you, and that's the challenge. I would not worry, because I feel like I said, this is a challenge that is temporary in nature. It's just transformative, and it's going to be leading you to bright new beginnings. So I would not hang on too tightly to anything at this time, or that sort of thing. Okay, let's see. And what's weird is that like somehow this could actually work to your benefit. I feel like for some of you, it's specifically, and this is very specific again for some of you, but it's like maybe someone's leaving your work life, but therefore you're going to actually get recognition because they're gone, or you know what I mean, that sort of thing. I feel like somehow you get recognized, or this sort of actually opens the way for you. So it's like the challenge becomes a blessing in some way. Okay. Anything else about the challenge? Group number 3, Marjoram group. Anything else about this challenge? One more card. The 4 of Wands and the King of Wands. Okay. The Moon, the 4 of Wands, and the King of Wands. Yeah, you're definitely going to rise above this. Please don't allow fears to dictate choosing your stability, as well as something I'm getting, like kind of like a channeled message, sort of, I guess you could say. Try not to let doubts or fear or the unknown question your stability in the future. So some of you might be, the challenge might be that you need to leave a certain situation, like you want to leave a job and you're like, but is this the right decision? Or you might want to kind of like blow someone off or something like that, or I don't know what it might be, but it's like kind of like that type of situation where you might be questioning it. I think a lot of you might be currently aware of the situation. I think you guys, a lot of you are already in the midst of this. If you're not resonating with this, and you may have chosen the wrong pile in terms of the challenge, if you want to kind of go back, because I do worry sometimes when I do like verses readings that maybe it's not going to resonate for everyone. So just in case, you know, but I almost feel like, yeah, there's a certain chapter that you know needs to go. It's a little bit scary, but I promise you that what awaits on the other side is beautiful. So whether it's a move or, you know, a physical move, like you want to move to a new location, or you want to leave your job, or you want to leave a relationship, or you want to leave a friendship, or whatever it is, whatever situation you want to kind of put behind you, I feel like there's such support here from Spirit for you in this challenge. It feels challenging, but again, I feel like most of you are already actually in the midst of this. Like I would say 99% of you already know what I'm talking about right now, that are watching. For those of you that don't, then I would say maybe it might be worth it to, like, if you really want to know about a challenge, maybe go back to the beginning intuitively, you know, tune in for the challenge aspect of the reading, and then you could go and like try to find it there. But anyway, that is what I'm seeing. I would not worry. This feels like a challenge that will be overcome. You will be taken care of in difficult times. So like if it's a scary change, you're going to be fine. You're going to be spiritually protected, maybe even financially, or protected in a way of your security. So yeah. Anyway, I wish you the very, very best. If you want to get a personal reading with me, that is on Etsy. I appreciate any thank yous on the video. I got that turned on, where people can say thank you and tip the video if they want. So if you want to do that, that's always welcome. I think it highlights your comment or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. YouTube was like, do you want to turn it on? And I was like, heck yeah. So anyway, if you want to do that and test it out, you're welcome to. But I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for being here, and I hope that this reading finds you blessed, happy, healthy, and wealthy, and doing good with your life. And I'm just sending you so many good vibes. Okay, take care, and I'll see you all next time. Hello my friends. So you've chosen chili, number 18, Aries energy. So here we go. We've got Aries energy, very energetic, perhaps very driven energy, very courageous energy, yet can be kind of explosive. So it seems like stimulation's on the horizon for you. So what is being stimulated? Let's read this card really quickly. I'm just going to read the description here, and then we're going to move on to actually looking at some other cards and seeing specifics. So we have fresh ideas and situations are presented, and there are moments that you can see you and your ideas take center stage. You will need to take full responsibility and step up to the challenge in order to gain a positive outcome or success. Chili asks you to work on your passions in life and make sure that they are truly yours, that you are not simply what you think others want to hear. Interesting. So, yeah, we could see fresh ideas and situations being presented. Wow, my neighbor's dog is like, won't shush up. Even my dog's like, can you hear him? He's like, what is going on? This guy won't shut up. Okay. Yeah, so we got, you need to take full responsibility and step up to this challenge. So yeah, that can be a challenge, is that we actually have to do the thing that we wanted to do. Oh, that's me. Especially with Aries, that can be such like a vital, like a vitality based sign where it's like full of like all this excitement, but then it's like the follow through has got to be there, you know. And sometimes the attention span of an Aries, not always the best. So yeah, that might be a challenge, but let's see what's going on. I'm going to start with the blessing that's coming in for you, and then I'll move on to the challenge. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to give you guys an exit point. If you are too afraid to hear about a challenge, that is totally a valid feeling, and I do not want to trigger anyone's anxiety, so please don't feel like you have to listen to the second part, you know what I mean? Okay, so that's why I'm going to focus on the blessing first, so you have the chance to tune out. Okay, so next blessing coming for the chili group. What is the next blessing coming for those that chose this group? Ooh, okay. So I definitely see, for some of you, solving a problem before it even has begun. I feel like for some of you, actually, you might have your intuition confirmed on something. Hold on, I dropped one. Let me grab that. There we go. The blessing. So we've got the eagle, the finger, the staff, the mountain, chain, and mule. The blessing. So, first of all, we have the triumph over trouble and obstacles with the eagle. And we have major challenge right underneath it, mountain. So you definitely are overcoming some kind of challenge in your life. I can see that for sure. Let me see in what area of life would this challenge be present for most people watching. What kind of part of life? Pisces. Well, let's see. Well, this could feel like Pisces, being associated with the 12th house can be about isolation as an example. So for some of you, if you felt like you've been a bit isolated, that could be, removals to such blockages. We could also see blockages coming away from your intuition. I actually feel like one of your blessings is that your intuition or your abilities are going to be shown, like there's a light shown on it in some way. So I know that's kind of a weird blessing, but I actually feel like there's some sort of intuitive confirmation or prediction that you make, and it's like kind of a blessing, or it feels like a blessing. It feels good. Maybe you're right about something, and you're like, yes. You're right about something. You've tuned into something, I feel. We also have, perhaps for some of you, faraway travel. If you felt blocked in this area in particular, or challenged, like maybe immigrate or go somewhere else, to relocate or to go far away, or to go on a trip or a holiday, because Pisces can indicate resting, travel as well. I could see that this sort of blockage could be removed, so that could be it for some of you. But I do see some sort of foresight into the future on your part, and I feel like whatever this is that's coming through, you're not going to see it very clearly. Okay? It will sort of be like coming out of nowhere, is what I feel. I could also see forgiveness from a difficult person. We have mule here. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. I could see if you are having, for some of you, if you've been having a really dynamic relationship with someone, maybe where there's a lot of stubbornness, a lot of arguments, a lot of fights, I could see forgiveness and sacrifice sort of kind of entering the picture, where someone is kind of calming down, dropping their guard a little bit as well. And so if that's been a challenge that you've recently faced, maybe a relationship where someone was quite difficult, I actually think that you could see some sort of change here. Pisces is a mutable energy, and therefore it sort of represents a duality, a changing nature. And with mule, you might have somebody who has like some fixed and mutable energy. You might start to see more of that mutable energy rather than the fixed energy, okay, with somebody. So it might be that someone actually is kind of changing their role, changing their role, like changing the way that they're behaving a little bit towards you. So, this could be a work situation. As an example, where you have a coworker who's extremely difficult to work with, and now they're going to sort of try to change a little bit. Like you might notice a more softer approach to them rather than a stubborn one. This could also be someone opening up that's hard to get to know as well. That could be the blessing. But somehow this is actually quite helpful. The other thing for some of you, if you guys are in divination specifically, maybe you do what I do or something like that, some of you might actually make a really good prediction, or you might actually find that your prediction comes true, and that could be something, it's like sort of a confirmation of your skills in some way as well, is what I'm feeling. I really see foresight too. It's almost like, man, I feel like for some of you, your next blessing is actually that you made a good decision. And for some of you, this may show up in a very mundane way, such as like you feel like not going somewhere, and then you find out that something bad would have gone on had you gone there, or something like that. Those type of vibes. It's like you get that feeling and you kind of miss out because of it. And then you're like, yes. Or you get the feeling to go somewhere and it's actually the right thing. So pay attention strongly, guys, to your intuition, okay? Aries actually can be quite intuitive because they're the baby of the zodiac, and therefore there's sort of that instinct that's there. that guides them. And so there is an intuitive factor to Aries in that way. It's sort of like, this feels right, I'm going to do it. There's not as much distrust with Aries. So, do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that they can't get burned in life and develop some things based on other aspects in their chart, but generally the energy of Aries is quite trustful in a way, because it's such a young sign. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm feeling like is coming for you guys in terms of blessing. So again, for some of you, this is going to be like maybe a challenging, spicy relationship that's sort of like, you know, evening out a little bit, or something like that. But yeah, hopefully that was helpful and interesting. That's a really interesting blessing coming through. And let's go ahead and start on the challenge. So if you are anxious and you don't want to hear this, you are welcome to click out, okay? At this time. Spirit guides. Those that chose Chile, what's their next challenge? What challenge lies ahead? What challenge lies ahead? Hold on, too many cards. That kind of fell out of my hands. What's the next challenge? Okay. I feel for some of you, there could be a challenge of being authentic towards your family. That might be something that you're going to face, where you need to be truthful, or act upon something here. And watch out for energy surrounding the best of both worlds. Don't try in this case to have the best of both worlds. Okay. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, especially if you have secret indulgences, watch out. If you are keeping secrets from your family and kind of doing something behind their back, it could come to light, okay? I doubt that many of you have that situation, but for those that know that they're kind of going behind and doing something kind of wrong, as an example, you guys could get caught, okay? This also could be a long withstanding problem for some of you. So yeah, watch out for that. Let's see here. I would say another thing too is like anything that's like based on greed, it could hurt you, and it could be a challenge to you. It could actually bring you challenge. If you have like spending habits that are negative towards you, again, this could impact you in some way. Okay, so definitely anything in regards to like maybe being greedy or a little bit self-indulgent as well. Like I said, especially any secretive things, definitely watch out for that. Now, if you're like, that is not me, don't worry. That's probably not you, okay? Those that I think that listen, they know it. They felt it. They know it. They already imagined a scenario. They already know the scenario. If you're one of those people that are like, no, it's not me. I actually feel like there's a situation that's coming up in your life where there could be a worry inside of your family, but it's not something to be worried about. It's a temporary situation. And actually the challenge, it might be something that stresses you out, like kind of temporarily, like maybe there's a cancer scare, or maybe there's some sort of scare, but I feel like it won't last. Okay, so whatever it is, it's more of like a challenge that indicates worry, but it's not something, it's over nothing. So it's actually a challenge that will arise that will be solved, okay, on itself. Maybe by itself. We also have time to act as well, so it might be, there might be a way to act on this, okay, in some kind of way, yeah, is what I'm feeling. Anything more about the next challenge? here, of course, one thing too is that, like, with the Devil, the Seven of Wands, and the Three of Wands, I feel like you could find yourself like kind of going back into old patterns, old addictions, and stuff like that as well. Watch out for things that kind of hold you down or are detrimental to you in some way, because I feel like that's a little bit of the problem. It could be like, you know, if you're having an affair or something like that, that could be a problem. If you're stealing something or taking something that's not yours, this could be something that you need to fight against. I don't feel like most of you watching are in that group, okay, please. But yeah. There also could be a long withstanding problem where you're feeding, the challenge is so much more mental in terms of anything. It's more like a reaction on your part. We have that Three of Wands, so I do feel like there is some sort of higher perspective that can come out of this. I really get that with this card, this higher perspective. I get that song, I Can See Clearly Now. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. But just don't fall back into those old patterns or something like that. It might be like, your challenge, I think, might be more yourself and your actions. Or the other thing too is like, just be wary of not acting, you know, out of a fear, right? Don't act out of fear, or not act out of fear, like, because somebody's being too afraid to take the action. But yeah, this is kind of all over the place. I feel like maybe there are quite a few of you that chose this group or something like that, because I feel like a lot of different messages coming through. So hopefully you found yours. Sorry if they were all over the place. I think one of the biggest things I would say is to fight negative thought forms, negative actions. So if you feel, you know, particularly self-indulgent, greedy, or you notice yourself kind of being secretive or doing something that you know is no good or immoral, you know, I would definitely not do that, because you could get caught. The other thing is that or you could get caught, or somehow it could come out or affect something else deeper. But for a lot of you, I also feel like maybe there is some sort of worry that comes to affect the family, but actually it's not a long withstanding worry. I think actually it will be cleared up. It's kind of worry over nothing. So it could be just fighting your own worries, essentially, that you have, and it's sort of like a temporary situation. So that's the main two things I'm kind of getting here. So hopefully you found your message. Again, I know that one is kind of hardcore, and I think, like I said, I feel like you'll know it if that message is for you, okay? Otherwise, I think you're fine. I feel like a lot of your worries could be over nothing as well. So keep your chin up, and I really hope this helped, and I'm sending you so much love and light, and I hope that this reading finds you happy, healthy, blessed, and subscribe, like if you want. You can send me a thank you. I turn that on, so if you want to tip the video, you can do that and support me that way. Otherwise, leaving a comment shows great support, and I appreciate that. And all private readings can be found on Etsy currently. You can always find that in the description box. Watch out for fakes, fake people in the comments. I don't solicit people for readings. Keep that in mind, okay? Lots of love to you all, and take care. See you next time. Hello, so we've got Geranium, group number 5. Okay, so group number 5, we've got Geranium for you, and let us see. So it's actually with Aries. We have Aries symbolism on here, and 37. Doesn't have to mean that you are an Aries or anything like that, but let's see. I'm going to read the message of this card, then we'll get into the reading, and I'm going to start shuffling and stuff like that, and we'll see what's coming through. So geraniums, it says, it's time to take everyone's opinion into account, and while you may need to make a compromise, there should be a good outcome. Geraniums indicate that you need to take time out to care for yourself and connect more fully with your higher and lower self. Cooperation with others and creativity in groups is also needed, while intolerance and self-indulgence are to be avoided. So, wow, okay, we have... I love the quote here. It says, gardening is cheaper than therapy and you get tomatoes. Okay, so taking everyone's opinion into account, and perhaps compromise is needed, but a good outcome. Connecting more with yourself. Let's see what blessing is coming through for group number 5, Geranium group. What kind of blessing is coming next into their life? We've got spiritual love. What kind of blessing? Okay, we've got a few. Oi! Dang it, I like totally bumped in with my elbow to my table. Or not my table, it's my rack. There I keep my decks. Beautiful. July, it shows up. So to me right now, the July is a future energy. Now, this is a timeless reading, so I want to say that, well, July is actually, what, 2 months from now. Okay, so we've got May to June, June, July. So we've got 2 months till July. And, well, yeah, we do. Because we have all of May and then but anyway, 2 months. In the next 2 months, I think that you'll start to see life improving a lot, okay? So I feel like your blessing is more of a general sort of like life is getting better blessing. Like I feel like this emotions that have run high will temper is one thing I'm feeling, okay? So I feel like a temperate kind of feeling coming, a more calm and balanced feeling. I see spiritual love and great passion, so I could see for some of you feeling more calm within yourself. We also have shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business, so you might be making really good decisions in regards to business. Finances could improve and that sort of thing. I'm going to take a little bit more here on this and see. Tell me more about the blessings coming for group number 5, Geranium group. What kind of blessings are coming through? I feel like you're learning a lot of spiritual lessons. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Some of them may have been quite disruptive with the Tower. Wow, okay, so if you felt like life has been erratic, that it's been a roller coaster, that shit's just been going awry, or that there are a lot of things that are out of your control or falling apart, or just kind of like maybe disruptions in general, like arguments or problems or ups and downs, that is totally bringing you new perspectives. I feel like a lot of you are very spiritually attuned, and you will become more spiritually attuned is one thing I'm feeling. With the World, the 8 of Cups, and the Judgment card, we have big epiphanies. I think for some of you, actually, I want to say for some of you, may be called abroad or to go somewhere far away or to move in some way, literally for work. That's such a specific message coming through, but that might be something here. I feel like such positive energy coming through. And like I said, it's almost like you're awakening spiritually. You've learned a lot of lessons. You're ready to move forward in a new way. I could feel karmic cycles coming to a close and sort of success on the horizon. I feel like for some of you, there's a lot of recognition perhaps coming in business, career, things like that, okay? And also forward movement, forward progress, and insights on how to make better changes in this way. With great passion and spiritual love, I kind of want to say that some of you might have improvement in relationship, but I don't want to promise that to everyone. But one thing I really do see is like a general, like good period coming up in your life with a lot of new insights. Let me actually, I'm going to pull a different card here. My chair is so loud, actually. I'm sorry if it's annoying to you. It's kind of like squeaking when I move her. I'm kind of like a fidgeter, and so I kind of like will rock back and forth, and this chair kind of makes noise. Okay, so group number 5 here, Geranium group. Can you tell me more about their blessing? Blessed. Well, that's what I'm saying, actually. I feel like you guys are coming into a blessed period in general. Okay, so that kind of confirms that idea. We have number 22 with blessed, and it talks about there are moments in life when out of the blue it seems that everything has been orchestrated by divine intervention. You feel blessed in ways that are difficult to express. It's as if the Red Sea parts in front of you and events come together to banish your troubles easily and naturally. You know deep down you did not deserve any of it, and yet here you are. This is one of those times. Let all ingratitude for all your blessings guide you now. That's beautiful. And exchanging gifts as well can show that you have helpers coming in, people that are there to help you, that are giving you things. Actually, you may receive a gift from somebody, by the way. You're entering into a productive and enriching time when all matters of opportunities are being offered to you. You have everything you need to seize them. Yet in order to honor them, you must put in the time, exchange your experience and skills, and commit your heart and soul to what you're choosing to pursue. You can do it. You have what it takes to be successful if you align with the law of giving and receiving. You must engage in a dance of give and take, push and pull, doing and being. If you let fear guide your choices, you could deplete yourself or create an imbalance. This is not a time of just do, do, do. Use your currency wisely and be mindful of the value others bring to your life. Beautiful. I think a lot of blessings coming in via other people, spiritual connections. I feel like many of you are going to be receiving a gift in the near future, but I just get this overall sense of like the Red Sea parting, like it said. It's like, man, if you felt like things were just crazy and hectic with the tower energy that was showing up, it's like it's all being rebuilt. It's sort of all just kind of coming together, right? And one thing I want to say is that I feel like a lot of you are going to receive that blessing in disguise. It's kind of like, you know, I'm going to tell you a little story real quick that happened to me recently. So, you know, for a lot of you know that I kind of got stuck here. COVID happened. I moved to the US, blah, 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 blah. And I got this place, and it's a 2-bedroom, but I have 2 kids and a husband. So, you know, it's kind of small for us, but we were really desperate. We needed a place to take dogs, you know, and so we're like, well, we'll take what we can. And they were actually like really nice and said, you know, if we get a 3-bedroom that opens up, we can transfer you over. And we're like, great, okay. So we moved. But at the end of the day, we get here and it's kind of not ideal for us. You know what I mean? We really are more of a 3-bedroom type of family right now. And especially with me working from home. And I was like, well, darn it. And suddenly it all seemed like, so, and then also with the other stuff, there was some other stuff. There's a highway right here that's quite loud. And anyway, so my husband suddenly decides to like start, he gets a suggestion from someone, he follows that suggestion, it leads us to a 3-bedroom house that's actually cheaper than this one, in the same neighborhood, the same quality, but bigger. And it has a full backyard because I've been dreaming of gardening, and I can totally do everything in that backyard that I want because it doesn't have grass or anything like that. It's just whatever. It's whatever. And so I'm like, it all worked out. When I first moved in here and we got here and we didn't like it, I'm like, man, why did this happen? Oh, you know what I mean? And I felt like so down about it. And then it all just worked out. And like my mom actually found my spell candle at my house or whatever. And she's like, oh, I found your old spell candle. And it actually said 3-bedroom place on there. And she's like, and look it, this has to work out because I didn't know if I'd get approved for the place. And it was just like, it all came through. And like, think about it. Had I not moved to this place and had this experience, I probably would have never noticed to look for that place. It would have been, the timing would have been off. It wouldn't have been open, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So it all works in like the best way. And I feel like that's the blessing for some of you. It's like those type of situations. It's like, you're going to heal it. You're going to figure it out. It's all going to kind of start to flow. And I feel like a lot of you, it's just like generally life is going to be more brighter and things are just getting better and obstacles start to remove themselves from your life and the path opens up. So what challenges are ahead of you? Okay, so you are free to exit the video at this time if you want to. I mean, I don't want to cause anyone anxiety or fear, so, you know what I mean? Feel free to leave now if you're not comfortable hearing a challenge, okay? And that's okay. It can be scary. Especially if you have anxiety. I get like that too sometimes. So, challenge coming up for group number 5, Geranium group. Challenge. What challenge? We've got May. That's interesting because I'm filming this in May. Challenge. What challenge? Huh. Well, okay. 1 second. Let me just read this a little bit. I'm going to take a moment. So we have May here. So May may be vital to you. This may also represent somebody born in May because we have the dog far away. A distant friend is thinking of you. We could find that there are challenges in a distant friendship. We could also find that somehow you grow from this challenge, or that you, Next challenge. Well, this is an interesting one because I don't feel like the cards are super challenging. So I feel like this is more of a spiritual challenge or lesson in some way. Like, this doesn't feel like, oh my God, you're going to lose some money, watch out. This more feels like the energy of learning a long-term lesson or integrating it or coming to terms with it. I'm going to pull a little bit more on this. What is the challenge here? Protection message. Building blocks. Okay, now is the time to address the cracks in the foundations of your life. Perhaps your values have changed and it's time to strengthen your convictions and let go of the things that no longer serve the vision you have for your life. Or perhaps you choose to ignore the signs that a situation or agreement you have entered is not right for you. Remove the rotten pieces and reinforce your core moral strength and integrity. Now is the time for rigorous honesty, for you are called to renovate and upgrade your consciousness. You'll be so happy when you do. Spirit has a spectacular blueprint for your life, far beyond your imagination. Don't be afraid to replace what's not solid. So this is about repairing certain things in your life. We have a lot of energy surrounding this. I wonder if there could be a situation where somebody comes in and kind of disturbs your foundation. That dog far away, maybe there's some sort of input from somebody that is disturbing your foundation. Maybe somebody comes back around that isn't exactly good for you in some way. Or maybe you feel called to somebody that's far away that's not good for you. Like, don't get involved in that situation again. Or you're more spiritually evolved than that. I know that's kind of specific, I think, for a lot of you. But I would just... you might also have like a good friend from far away though, that actually, maybe your challenge is trusting and believing in someone far away. So, and again, I think that you'll know intuitively which message is for you. Because I feel like for some of you, this might be the resurgence of something, like maybe a faraway friendship that has issues, or maybe again, there's something questioning your stability in terms of creating something special with a faraway friend. Maybe this is about addressing the core of you and like maybe how you approach. Maybe you're having trust issues. Can I trust that person? Is this solid? Maybe this is about exploring that. Maybe this is about the challenge of trust here. Okay? So that's an interesting, it doesn't feel like a nasty challenge, guys, honestly. Like, I think you can handle this. You're so evolved enough to handle this challenge. It doesn't feel like, you know, it feels like something like that. I would say that you can expect this challenge over the next month or this month that you're in currently as you watch this reading, okay? It says May here. I'm in May right now, right at the beginning. So, like I said, timeless reading. So even if so, this is like something that would kind of be presented to you within the next month. Okay? Or in the current month you're in. A friend could come to you also with a challenge. And that might be something that's hard to fix. If you're a fixer, it may be something that you can't fix exactly. But you just need to be there for them spiritually. Maybe it's not fixable on your part, and that's a challenge. Knowing that you can't fix everything. You can't make everything better. You know, my husband and I were walking recently, and we had been talking about something, and just like we had an argument, and we were just kind of having a heart-to-heart while we were talking, and I remember him saying to me, I feel like I'm alone in this world, like I don't have anybody, my parents aren't there for me, you know, I don't have anybody in this world at the end of the day. And I'm like, you have me. And he's like, no, it's different than that. Like, I'm talking about outside of you. If you're gone, then I have nobody. And I'm like, but I'm here. And I kept like pushing this, that I'm here. And then I was like, Lisa, you're not letting him speak his feelings. He feels like, you know, if I'm unstable or something like that, then he has nobody. And then it's like he gets scared. And do you know what I mean? And of course, I'm like sitting there in my perspective thinking, oh, well, I'm always there. And for some of you, this might be the challenge of like somebody having a problem that you can't fucking fix. You know what I mean? Like, you can't fix that insecurity. You can't be that. You can try your best, but you might not be able to. And I feel like I don't get like an ominous, like kind of shitty sense of this challenge. I feel like it's something that's like a spiritually evolved sort of lesson. It's perspective, like you see something in a different light or something like that. So yeah, this doesn't seem like a challenge like, oh no, you're gonna lose your keys or something like that. It feels a lot lighter in a lot of ways. Like this doesn't feel like a scary challenge to me. Okay, so keep that in mind. But anyway, there also could be like, the possibility to heal a challenge that you previously had with somebody as well. Maybe somebody from a distance. So, but that might be challenging in itself because maybe, again, the foundation's a little bit icky and it needs some repairs. Maybe there needs to be trust built again. I don't know. But anyway, I will let you guys go with this. But I wish you the very, very best, guys. Take care of yourself. If you want a personal reading, those are on Etsy. I do have Mercury retrograde readings up until May 10th or so, until it starts. So if you want those. This bracelet, by the way, will be on. It's on Etsy right now. I'm just wearing it for the video. Showing it off. It's so pretty. It's a gray jade. But anyway, lots of love to you guys. Take care, and I will see you on the next reading. Oh, and if you want to give me a super thanks, you can do that too. That's on now, so you can like leave a tip on my video if you want. That's kind of fun. They let me turn it on. They invited me to the program or whatever. So I was like, sure. Anyway, lots of love to you guys. Take care so much. Lots of love. Kisses. Bye. Hello, my friends. If you've chosen the last group number 6, Cucumber. When I saw this, it says emotion, and I got that song, Bee Gees, I think, did it, and also Destiny's Child. And I was like, just emotion taking me over. Caught up I can't sing, but that's okay. Okay, but that song. I know it's funny because I see this card quite often. I use it a lot in 6-month readings lately, and I see, obviously it pops out quite a bit, and it's like I don't get that song with it, so I think it's specific for this group. So any uncertainties that have been hanging around should begin to fall away soon. A commitment and even perhaps a major life decision will come up, and you're advised to take hold of your emotions before you determine the right path for you. Someone near you may express himself in an unsettling way, so try and ride that wave gently until it passes. It could be time to take a new step forward. Interesting. So first of all, uncertainties should fall away. Okay, so there's more certainty. And that's a blessing in itself, right? But we're going to talk more specifically, don't worry. This is just sort of an overall energy. But I like this. Someone near you could express himself in an unsettling way. So you might have a challenging situation with a person. But we'll see. I'm going to first focus on the blessing. And then we're going to move to the challenge. And the reason why I'm doing this is I want to give you guys a chance to exit out of the challenge part. If you're feeling like you're not ready emotionally to hear about challenges, most of them have been pretty tame, but I can't promise what will come through. So I don't want to cause anxiety in someone. So, if you're feeling like you're not ready and you're not ready to hear anything challenging, please don't listen to that part, okay? Just protect yourself a little bit and, you know what I mean? So, group number 6, Cucumber group. What is going on? What kind of blessing is coming in next? What kind of blessing is coming in next? Let me see. Oh my goodness. We got the frying pan. Jeez Louise. Okay. There we go. That was kind of hard to reach. Okay. Let's see. Hair just falling out everywhere. Okay, what kind of blessing is coming in? Oh, beautiful. So we have peace coming through. Something peaceful. My dog is sneezing. Oh goodness, I'm so glad he's feeling better. Okay, so we have the dog barking, advice from a friend. Frying pan, trouble and accusations. Whale, great worry over nothing. Dragon, beware of self-delusion. Hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. And deep personal strength and peace that assures success. So, first of all, I want to say that there is a situation that you are overthinking right now, and it's actually going to turn out quite well, okay? So you are up in your emotions for sure with the cucumber, okay? I feel like you're really worried about something right now, and it is not worth worrying about. It's fine. Okay, maybe with trouble and accusations, it could show that perhaps there's a situation where you're feeling like accused of something, or you're worried about that, or you're worried about being seen wrong or something like that. I feel like you guys are fine. Like there's some sort of blessing that's coming through. It's like the situation's fine, like they like you or they're not against you. So like for some of you, if you're watching this and you have like a stressful day at work and you're like, does my boss hate me? No. You'll find that out, that it's not that situation. You know what I mean? Like, so these are the type of things that we're getting here. This is like, you might be a little bit delusional about a situation, and it's like sort of negative towards yourself. And actually it's not. We also have advice from a friend, so we could see a friend doing something really kind toward you, giving maybe some good advice as well. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, what blessing is coming through for group number 6, cucumber group? What kind of blessing? What kind of blessing? Okay, so we've got young energy, and let's see what kind of blessing is coming through specifically. Any sort of specifics here? Oh my god, I got this. I'm getting so many songs for you guys. I got the one, You've Got the Power. I haven't heard that song in forever. What is that song called even? That's like from when I was a kid. Okay, we've got the Knight of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Page of Swords. Yeah, this is like mental rest. Maybe some of you are actually going to go on vacation, and that's a blessing, or you get a vacation day or something like that, I'm feeling. But I feel some sort of rest coming here. Like, and again, uncertainties should be cleared up, especially. And that's like the blessing coming through. Like it's going to come through for you guys. Some sort of security concern is going to be addressed, and you're going to feel more secure. We have Taurus and Uranus. This came up for group number 1. That's so weird, this combo. Exactly. We have Uranus and Taurus as I'm recording this, okay? That's really funny. I have a good feeling that for some of you, maybe there are aspects going on in your chart from Uranus, transit Uranus right now. Go look at your chart. If that is the case, this reading is definitely for you, okay? And wherever you've been feeling that Uranian kind of unsettled energy, especially in question of your security, bam, that's what's fixed. Okay, let me look and see, actually, with the young card. That's like, it's, I used to say yang, but then someone told me it's young, and now I feel weird when I say it that way, because I feel like everyone still says yang. I don't know. Anyway, okay. So yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward and manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. Now is the perfect time to act, for you can easily build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. This card signifies new life and is a sure sign that obstacles have been overcome. There is no reason to hesitate. You are the shaper of your destiny now. This is beautiful, because it's also like, it feels like you've had uncertainty on how to act forward, like to move forward on something or what to do next. Bam, that certainty comes in. That inspired action. Please follow it. It leads to good places. I feel like, yeah, definitely. And I could definitely see you manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. So it's like something you're wanting to create. It's like you're bringing it into reality. Yeah, and I do feel like advice from a friend. Watch for advice from a friend. I think there's good advice coming your way, okay? That's really going to be a blessing also in regards to this. Like, it's going to somehow help propel this blessing to come in, okay? So beautiful. We have lots about rest. We have hammock and valley, deep personal strength and peace. And then we've got hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. So I definitely see a sense of peace coming. I think for some of you actually are going to win a vacation or something like that, or you're going to be given some sort of vacation or opportunity to rest. Maybe someone's going to say, come visit me or something like that. And that's kind of a blessing. But yeah, good stuff around trips as well, like a resting energy. Now, like I told you in the beginning, I am going to let you guys leave right now if you don't want to hear about challenges, because you know, that can trigger anxiety in a lot of people, and I do not want to cause anxiety. Okay, so if you feel like you're not ready to hear about challenges, that's okay. You can exit out now. And yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and get started on that part of the reading. So what challenge is coming up for the cucumber group? What kind of challenge lies ahead? What kind of challenge lies ahead. Okay. What kind of challenge lies ahead for group number 6? We've got August showing up. Okay. So we have got an interesting one. This, okay, so August came out as a timing card, so, or I mean, it could be a timing card here. So August could talk about, now first of all, August from the time I'm recording this is 3 months away. Okay, so in the next 3 months, you could expect this regardless of when you're watching. For some of you, August could be important in regards to this. It could mean that we have a younger man here, so we could have a younger man from August, like maybe born in August or something like that. But yeah, here we go. August. So I would say next 3 months, this is challenge will pop up. We have a two-faced friend. Okay. I feel like you're dealing with a situation or a challenge of somebody who's a bit two-faced. Okay, I'm gonna have to look and see advice on this. We have good advice from a wise person, so I do feel like you will get some sort of advice on this in the future, but I'm gonna pull a protection message and see what's up, because I see two-faced energy. And we have disappointment in a friend or lover, younger man. Some of you, I'll be honest, you may go out on a date with someone, really like them, and they don't call you back, or something like that. That might be a challenge here. And it's not to say that they don't like you. It just may not be compatible for some of you. Okay, now, let's see. What is the advice here for group number 6 here on this challenge? Loyal heart. Don't fall for the same shit over and over, please. Is one thing I want to tell you. If someone's burned you once, don't let them burn you again, okay? Are you stubborn or overly tenacious about an idea? Or have you become so attached to something that you just don't know how to let it go? Could it be that it's become so much a part of you that you wouldn't know who you were without it? Now is the time to look at outdated beliefs, old ideas, and misplaced loyalties. Betrayal is only a signal that it is time to prune away all that who don't deserve your trust and have no place in your life. Be new, think new, and open your heart to new things. Let go of the old and all your attachments. Spirit has awesome plans for you. Make some room. So I have a dual message here for you guys. For some of you, this is going to be like in love or romance. Like someone's going to well, I can tell you all of you are going to be disappointed by somebody. Okay, that's your next challenge. Okay, that's a given here for this group. If you've chosen intuitively the right group, you are going to get challenged by a connection that falls through in some way. This person disappoints you. Perhaps it's a bit two-faced here. Now, for many of you, this could be a younger man, so it could be a man younger than yourself. As well. Yeah. I definitely see the advice here of like not allowing yourself to be dictated by the situation. I do feel like just enjoying yourself and understanding that this person's like opinion doesn't define you and their actions don't define you, and they don't, you know, there was that there is a quote, hold up, let me damn it, where did I put my phone at? There is a quote that's from, okay, I guess I don't know where to put my phone, but there was a quote from, there's a movie called Where the Heart Is, and it was Natalie Portman. She like, oh, I love that movie. It's about like, she has a daughter and stuff like that, and her guy leaves her and stuff like that, and I think there's a point in the movie, I can't remember the exact quote, I was hoping to find the exact quote, but like I can't find my phone nearby, but there's a point in the movie where she's like, why do I keep getting hurt and stuff like that, or like, something like that. And I remember Ashley Judd's character tells her like, that's what makes them trash, not you. And that's one thing I want you to know, like that kind of, like that's the vibe I'm going for here. Like that's what makes them trash, you know what I mean, or them bad. It doesn't mean you are, or their opinion doesn't reflect on you and who you are. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's here, that's what I'm getting. Watch out, because you actually might have somebody who knows about this right away. And sometimes we do have wise people in our life who see something coming before us. So watch out, because it might be someone's like, watch out for that person. I don't like that situation. I wouldn't trust them. Listen if you hear somebody say that, even if you don't like it, even if you don't want to hear it at the time, take heed, because they might actually be onto something. You know what I mean? There have been many times where my husband would kind of tell me, like, I don't think that person's any good. Watch out for them. And I would be like, oh, they're fine. And I don't want to hear it because I don't want him to be right, stubbornly on my end. And then, you know, he's right. And I've done it to him too, by the way. So, I mean, it's gone both ways. You know, we can have that with the people we love. You know, someone might have some advice. But I feel like actually there is a loyal thing in all of this, like a person who's actually watching your back here. But it might not be who you think it is. Or, do you know what I mean? Like, so that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Bam. So, yeah, watch out for that energy of disappointment surrounding a person and two-faced friends, okay, in particular. So, okay. That was quite the reading. I hope that it was helpful. You guys had the most, like, I think, challenging challenge, at least to me. But, you know, it's all workable. And, just not letting someone else dictate our feelings or tell us that we're not good enough by their actions, like not letting them, you know, define us. That's important, right? And also letting, like, don't fall for it again if it's happened before, okay? Like I said, lots of love to you guys. I hope that this reading, like, found you healthy and well and doing good with your life. And I hope it brought insight and blessing to you and brought some little bit of light into your life. And even with the challenge, you know what I mean? You can be prepared. And, if you want to say thank you, you can do that through the thank you thing on the YouTube thing. You can tip the videos now if you want. I turn that on. But otherwise, if you want a personal reading, that's all up on YouTube. Currently, as I'm writing this, I have new relocation charts. So if you want to move somewhere and you're kind of curious, what would the energy be like there? I have those astrology readings. If you want Mercury retrograde reading up until May 10th of the time this is recorded, 2022, that's available. You know, always check in and see. I add, remove things and stuff like that. As well as I have emergency readings available now in low quantities so I don't, like, accidentally overwhelm myself. But anyway, take care, guys, and I will see you all in the next reading. Lots of love and joy to you. Bye-bye.